We're Garbanzo Bean and the Sunshine Girl.
And this is Disney Descendants.
Hey Noah.
Yes?
Guess what I received in the mail today? Today I got a special package from Mr. YouTube.
Mr. YouTube?
Yeah. It says, to Chloe and Noah, love Mr. YouTube. I wonder what could be in it.
Let me open it with my very masculine pocket knife.
Yes, please do. Thank you, big, strong he-they. Look at this, you all of our cool fans. Look what we got from Mr. YouTube. Wow.
For our 17 subscribers.
It says, presented to Hedgefrog for passing 17 subscribers. Good job.
Wow.
Wow. Who would have thought just months ago that just two kids with a dream would have 17 subscribers and a plaque to commemorate them all. Thank you for helping us reach this milestone. Also, our plaque is gluten-free. Yeah,
So I cried.
like that.
Okay, so I cried a little bit last night, but it's okay because I had other ice cream. It's too heavy.
Wow.
It must be made of solid gold.
Yeah. Mr. YouTube, you shouldn't have. Wow, it worked.
Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube.
Sometimes it's quarantine and you're autistic and you get a special interest, and that special interest is Disney's Descendants. So I'm gonna talk about that. Now, we've both seen Disney Descendants. How many times would you say that you've seen Disney Descendants in the past week?
In the past week, 0. How many times have you seen it?
6.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. So I think I'm the expert on it, more so than anyone who wrote for it, anyone who acted in it, anyone who did any producing, and probably the 10-year-olds it was made for. So Disney Descendants has the absolutely insane premise that after Beauty and the Beast get married, they form the United States of Oregon.
Yeah.
And they only mention that once in the entire franchise because it kills me to say. They resurrected all of the evil villains, most of whom had died at the end of their stories or of old age, and then they put them all on an island in the middle of the ocean and laughed at them. They put up a big barrier so none of them could ever leave and none of them could ever use magic, and then they sent garbage to them on boats to eat.
Yeah, it's insane that they resurrected people specifically to put them in jail.
Like, I feel like not that they earned their rest, but like, how up would it be if you were like Mother Gothel and your last memory was falling out a window, and then all of a sudden you're just like, where am I? A weird dingy island? Forever? The series focuses on 4 of them. Chloe, who are the 4?
Mal is the daughter of Maleficent, Evie is the daughter of the Evil Queen, Jay is the son of Jafar, and Carlos is the son of Cruella de Vil. I think they were mostly choosing villains based on aesthetics.
So there's 3 movies, and the plot of the first one is that these 4 children, who are 16, are all chosen to leave the Isle and go to fancy high school in Oregon and learn how to be good. And they don't want to do that because they have a lot of musical numbers about how being bad is their whole identity. And their parents are like, well, you have to break us out of jail. And then they realize that they really like going to school and playing team sports, so they don't do that. There's a dragon fight, but I turned the movie off before the dragon fight. There's too many dragon fights in these movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of dragon fights.
The second one focuses on them once they are in Oregon, how the kids who are still on the Isle were affected, and the tensions there. And then the third one is about what happens when someone from Oregon, the good side, turns out to be a little bit evil. So they're my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, they're really good.
I have read over 3,000 fan fictions for Disney Descendants. We have made Disney Descendants OCs. I have made many people watch it. I scared a child at the zoo by yelling about it really loudly, and Chloe's parents don't want to talk to me about it anymore. So I've made a list.
I loved your list.
I stole this notepad from your mom. Do you want to hear the weirdest Disney Descendants characters?
Yes, please, I would love to.
I have chosen 10 characters who are super weird and I don't understand it. 5 of them I enjoy, 5 of them I hate. We will be going from the bottom up. Not in terms of how much I like them, or in terms of how weird they are. This is just the ranking that made sense.
And I'm just here to look cute.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to do right now, but I'm eye candy.
Yeah, you're gonna respond with things. So number 5 on the list of weird characters who I like is Dizzy. You like Dizzy.
Yeah, she's really cute.
Dizzy is Drizella from Cinderella's daughter, so she's an evil stepdaughter's daughter, and she helps in the hair salon, and she's really cute, and they had the really fun time doing her look, and I think that she was also the character that they made when they went, but what if some of the evil kids are good? So she's just like a 12-year-old running around talking about ice cream and stuff, and then mean boys show up and terrorize her, and her grandma just yells at her all the time. It's really fun. She's really fun. I like her. And I like that most of what she does in the 3rd movie is eat someone else's birthday cake.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, I love that for her.
I wish that she had gotten characterization aside from sweet little girl who likes glitter.
But like, me too, bud.
Me too. Number 5 of characters I do not like is Ben's dad. Ben is the prince and then later king of Auradon, and his dad is Adam the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. And I just think his dad sucks for no particular reason.
He's turning 16, dear.
Hey, Pops, 16. It's far too young to be crowned king. I didn't make a good decision till I was at least 42.
You decided to marry me at 28.
That was either you or a teapot.
Like, he doesn't do anything really mean, but he's just kind of very rude to Ben's girlfriends, just like the whole thing. And I don't think it's good to have statues of yourself at a school that change into you as a beast man.
It's a weird choice.
It's a weird choice for sure. And I don't like the joke about how he sheds. And I don't like the thing about the pain.
You know, my dad said that his dad did not handle pain well at all.
Okay. Number 4 on characters who I think are really good and fun is Hades.
Yeah.
Who was a real game changer. They brought Hades in the 3rd movie, played by Mr. Cheyenne Jackson, and it makes me so very uncomfortable anytime I try to find a reference picture of Hades to torment my boyfriend with, because you can only find them like on the blogs of 14-year-old girls who are really into Mr. Cheyenne Jackson and haven't really picked up on his vibe specifically. And I guess that's fine. He is obviously a Hades from Hercules. No other character from Hercules is ever mentioned in... No, I'm very sorry. One of the books mentions a kid at Auradon named Herky. If you haven't realized by now, all of the kids are just named a slight variation on their parents' names, which is also how my family did it until I ruined it with gender. So Hades is there. I know what you're wondering. Yes, his hair is on fire. No, they did not make it realistic at all.
I am a god! I don't belong here!
They did not.
His main thing is that he's a god, so he really wants to not be in the barrier anymore, and also he lives underground in a mine, and you have to take a really squeaky little bicycle to get there. And also he's Mal's dad.
I mean, spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. Spoilers for Disney Descendants. And it's so weird because none of the other villains have parents. Like, most of the heroes do, because most of the fairy tales end with like the prince and the princess getting together, or the whatever. And so you generally have an idea, and then the aisle's just full of like children. But nope, Maleficent and Hades. And then they sing a song about how it was cool that he was an absent father, actually. And then he mostly disappears again for the whole movie. 4 on characters who I hate. Chad. So Chad is the child of Cinderella and Prince Christopher.
Oh. I didn't realize he got a name.
Christopher Charming. Chad sucks.
I'm out.
Come clean, Chad!
Where did they go?
I don't know. Okay?
It's about to get a little ugly.
I like how other characters interact with Chad, though.
Oh, I think he's great. Like, I'm really glad he's there.
I love when he's doing it.
Like, he's feeling himself. You cannot deny that he knows what's up.
Stay away from her. Don't do this, Chad.
Don't do this, Chad!
Number 3 on characters who I like is Coach Jenkins. He's not anybody's kid, he's just a random dude that they got to teach gym at Oregon Prep. He hates all of the students that he works with so much. He teaches Jay what it's like to be a team player. He always uses metaphors and language that Jay can understand. Mm-hmm. And in the second movie, when they could not get the actor back, I am assuming, he made the really cool decision to let Jay be, like, captain of a team. Because he trusted Jay to lead everyone, even though nobody else really liked Jay at first, and they thought he was too mean and violent. But Coach Jenkins said, nope, I bet he's just really good at sports.
Yeah, he gave him a nice outlet.
Yeah, so I just really appreciate him, and also the fact that he put Carlos in that one time just to make Jay happy.
Yeah.
Number 3 on characters that we hate is the most exciting one. It's Harry Hook.
Yeah.
Chloe, can you describe Harry Hook? Because I can't get past homophobic gay pirate.
Yeah, no, it's homophobic gay pirate. Okay, so Harry Hook, son of Captain Hook from Peter Pan, of course. Yeah, so they got Dove Cameron's boyfriend.
At the time,
I guess, to play Harry Hook. And so
a villain that they introduced for the second film.
And so every time the two of them are on screen, there's a very weird energy where, like, definitely they were both like, ooh, yeah, I get to act with my significant other. This'll be fun. Yeah, let's be, like, flirty about it, but it just makes a very weird, uncomfortable energy.
It can hurt you.
Not without her permission, I bet.
And then the vibe is very much that they told him, yeah, so you're gonna play this pirate. It's a gay pirate. And then he said, sure, I'll do that if I can work with my girlfriend. And then he played it in such a homophobic way. I'm not saying that this actor is homophobic. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him.
The Scottish accent brings it to a level.
Yeah, and just like a weird energy at all times. Like, too
Sometimes it is okay when he is in the company of characters who I will mention in a minute, but it's too much. I don't like that he raps in all of his songs instead of singing. I don't like that they have clearly written out his raps phonetically for his accent.
Also, he's not good at the accent, and you can tell that they've written out all of his lines phonetically for him, because sometimes he doesn't read them right.
Hey, Jay, yeah, thanks for saving me. Gorgeous face.
There's one really good thing about Harry Hook that really elevated the character for me, which is that his hook is not attached to him at all.
Yeah, it's really good.
He just carries it around.
Really? What are you gonna do about it, huh? Mr. Coat Hanger?
His name is Harry. Oh, I get it. It kind of looks like it's pretty funny, man.
The comedic value of that is so good because someone on staff realized that it's going to be real creepy if you're like, yup, Captain Hook, who lost a hand in an accident, passed that on genetically to his son, or other implication. Harry Gill kissed Descendants too. Harry Gill kissed Descendants too. What's the context? There's no context. Why? Oh! What? There's an excerpt from the book. Mateys, we ride with the tide. The pirates cheered and whooped. They drummed on the table and kicked their legs up in the air and clapped their gloved hands and high-fived. Harry locked lips with Gil. pirates dance, twirling triumphantly as if they were on the yacht. Their time had come. Yes! So I think I have to take back that thing where I said that he's a homophobic pirate. Thanks, guys! Number 2, for characters who I like, who are wild. It's Gil!
I love Gil.
I really like Gil. So Gil is the son of Gaston, not one of the twin ones, another one, and he is either named Gaston and goes by Gil, or was just named Gil, and we don't know, because Gaston isn't in these movies. He's very sweet. He is...
Himbo King.
Yes.
Flowers are pretty.
So he's a villain on the Isle, but he mostly just wants to hang out with all of his pirate friends. He is part of the pirate crew.
Uma said it first.
They use him for his body a lot, because he's big and pretty. And I really like it when, spoilers, in the third one he gets to go to Auradon for a bit. And he's just really into different kinds of fruit.
Cantaloupe?
We don't have any fresh fruit on the Isle, remember?
Thank you.
Also, I think he and Jay are in love.
Yeah, they plan to go on a gap year together.
Jay, I like the way that you can bounce around and jump off things.
I like how you get a kick out of a berry bush.
You know what would be fun? To go rafting down a jungle river.
Find a lost civilization.
Oh, or maybe a penguin.
Oh, well, you'd find those more on like icebergs, but I'd love to see one of those.
The thesis statement of all of these films is that J-Lo swims out all the time.
First. Come on, stand up first. Stand up first. Oh, there you go.
Boys!
But I really like it that Jay and Gil are just two dumb boys with pretty hair who want to go exploring together.
Yeah.
And the other day I read about 100,000 word fic with that concept that I did not realize was actually a fanfic for Tangled the series until about the 50,000 word mark.
It's a very good fic.
Yeah, hit me up if you want just a scene-by-scene recap of that. Okay, number 2 on characters I hate. Dude.
Yeah, I hate him so much.
Dog. First of all, it's a rat terrier.
The hate that I have for this dog.
It is extreme. It fills my body. I hate this dog so much. In the first movie, okay, there's a dog because it's a vehicle for Carlos to get over his issues with dogs and show that he's not like his mom and he likes animals and all of that, and it's fine. It's just Carlos carrying around a little dog for a couple scenes. So, like, whatever. And then in the second movie, he starts talking.
And it's bad.
He does not say a single good thing. It's all very bad.
Man, that thing was nasty. Scratched my butt.
It's supposed to have saved the day in one situation, but it didn't because it still went real bad. And he gives Carlos advice for how to be heterosexual.
Yeah.
And then in the third movie, he can still talk. Like, the effects of the magic haven't worn off, so you just have to listen to him talk more, but in worse circumstances, because the third movie wasn't good to begin with.
Oh boy, something stinks, and it wasn't me this time.
We have a very elaborate headcanon for Dude that I don't think we can ever fully talk about, because people would get mad at us and think we were homophobic. But we like to headcanon that Dude is homophobic, and it's very funny to us, and probably nobody else.
Okay, it's time for number 1. It's time for both number 1s. Number 1 character who I do like is Uma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Uma is the daughter of Ursula, and I love her. Her big thing is that she is the pirate captain of the pirate crew that Harry and Gil are on, which provides for this really interesting thing about both of them being able to submit to authority in a way that their fathers couldn't, because they like unconditionally love her. And it's a big signifier that they could actually be good.
Hi, boy.
She's real pretty, is another part of it, and I'm pretty sure she pegs them, which is like another part of it. And I really like the song that is about her name, but we got copyright claimed last time, so can't do the Uma song. She's a villain with really reasonable motivations, which is that she felt really betrayed when Mal and the others were picked to go to Auradon and everyone else was left behind. And she really wants to find a way to take the barrier down so that everyone can go to Auradon.
Yeah, like, her reasoning is very reasonable.
She does kidnap Ben to do it. But even he's like, no, I get it.
Yeah.
They have like very reasonable conversations while he's like tied to a mast. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. I think she and Mal were in love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very ex-girlfriend's energy. Big dyke drama energy.
I bet you lost some sleep thinking about me on the loose, huh?
Listen, Mal. So we're saving your precious people. You're always out for yourself. Bummer.
So I support her in everything that she's doing. I think it's really fun that they took the actress China Anne McClain from when she was doing Disney Descendants Wicked World, voicing Freddie Facilier?
I think so.
Yeah. And they gave her a big role in the film.
Also, I love her character design.
Oh,
like, she's very
so
just
good.
Swishy and fun. She's the daughter of Ursula, so everything is very, like,
They do a really,
swish.
really good job representing, like, all the tentacles and the fluid movement, right up until the end, where she does put a spell on Ben to make him take down the barrier. So again, I get it. And then she does turn into a giant octopus lady.
Yeah!
The world will know my name!
And then there's a dragon fight, and I turned the movie off.
We have to listen and respect each other.
But love when she's a giant octopus lady.
Yeah, it's really good. The character that I hate more than any character in any form of media is Doug.
He sucks so bad.
And every time someone new watches this, they say, well, no, he can't be that bad. He's just, you know, the foil to the traditional Prince Charming lead.
Yeah, you said it the first time we watched it together, and I said, oh yeah, that's Doug, he sucks. And you said, I'm sure he's not that bad. And I said, nope, just wait. Just wait.
I'm gonna list his crimes. Oh, he's Dopey's son, which adds to the whole thing.
Yeah, so his existence means that canonically Dopey f***s. He has f***ed at least twice because he has a sibling.
A brother named Derek. God, Descendants is so good.
He's not worthy of the name Derek. Derek S. Hale, who is not in high school and is just a weird adult man who lives in the woods, who just is their friend who they hang out with, and he helps them.
Well, they don't even really like him.
Yeah, they don't like him, and he doesn't like them. But they're his only friends.
Doug's crimes. Cannot remember who his uncles are.
Happy, grumpy, sleepy, and sneezy.
Stalks women.
I couldn't help but overhear.
Are you stalking me?
Technically, yes.
Dressed like this to go to a formal event. Yelled this to start a song.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
The way he drinks his milk. And then in the third movie, oh my god.
Evie is just the most beautiful woman in the world, and she's incredibly smart and talented, and like she's so loyal to her friends, and she's so kind.
And her whole story arc is about learning that her mom was wrong about the fact that she needed to marry a prince to make something of herself. Like the sweetest thing that Mal ever says to her is that people would be more confident if they could be smart and talented like Evie, and they wouldn't need a prince to keep them happy.
Yeah.
And it's like the sweetest thing, and also she and Mal are girlfriends a little bit.
Yeah, she and Mal are girlfriends a little bit.
Is it a Kenny Ortega movie if you don't have two women singing about the power of female friendship?
Yeah, so she's just like the most amazing woman in the world, and her story arc is about learning that she doesn't need a man to be successful and happy. And she's dating an incel. Doug. And in the third movie, he gets put under a spell where he needs true love's kiss to wake him up. It's like a Sleeping Beauty callback thing. And Evie sings an entire musical number.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's a good song. Hate the situation. An entire song about how what if she's not good enough for Doug? What if he doesn't love her back? And it's insane. Well, this horrible little man with a ponytail lies on a table and
thrashing around.
And she sings, "What if he doesn't really love me?" And it's like, oh god. Their entire relationship is one of those "Am I the asshole" Reddit things where the woman is like, "I'm the most beautiful woman in the world and I'm so kind and generous, and my boyfriend is just a little troll who lives under a bridge and he threw away everything that makes me happy. Am I the asshole for crying one time about it?"
Called magic. You're not helping.
I like that it just keeps cutting back to Mal and Uma in the doorway, like.
Yeah, Evie!
And then, when she finally does get the courage to kiss him, do you know what he does? He pretends it didn't work!
Because he sucks!
Do you remember that guy a few years ago who got arrested for going onto buses and sitting behind women and cutting their ponytails off?
Yes, I do remember that.
It's a deeply traumatic experience,
Oh, yeah.
I imagine. And horrible, and I'm really glad they put a stop to it. Except I wish that he had sat behind Doug on a bus and killed him. I would have been okay with it. I really wish that's what had happened. Also, you really get the feeling that the actor was the one who made the decision to grow a ponytail and wouldn't sign the contract for each subsequent movie if they didn't say he could keep his really bad ponytail. So it's just a lot happening with Doug.
Chad inherited the charm, but not a lot of there.
Fake fur says it all.
Loud and clear.
Come in.
I have a scout badge and s'mores. How could you go camping without me?
Oh no.
Oh no.
We seem to have forgotten the weirdest character.
Who could that be, Noah?
It's Prince Ben.
Yeah, it is.
So Ben didn't make sense from the beginning. He's arguably one of the main characters, right? Because it's the four from the Isle and then Ben. He dates Mal. He is the one who made the rule that kids from the Isle could start coming across to go to school. He's very generous and kind. Most of the bad stuff that happens to him is because he's like too empathetic and understanding and trusting. They made him like mad horny though.
Yeah, he's so horny all the time.
And I love this for him. Like, I think it makes it better when you're rewatching to realize that just in half the scenes, Ben isn't just being kind to everyone, he's just like mad horny because he's 16 and he's about to be king and his dad sucks. But it's so weird. Like, I think it's weird that they made him the son of Beauty and the Beast, right? If they were gonna pair him with Mal.
Yeah, like it would make so much more sense narratively if he was the son of Sleeping Beauty.
His girlfriend in the first movie is the daughter of Sleeping Beauty, so it's a rivals thing with her and Mal, but then she disappears for the second movie, and then in a kind of racist twist, she's the villain for the third one. So really it just ends up with a lot of weird energies between Gil and Ben, and I don't dislike that.
You know, my dad said that his dad did not handle pain well at all.
And honestly, I feel like they're pretty consistent with his characterization. I like him a lot. I like him in the books, too, which is kind of hard, because those are supposed to humanize the kids from the Isle a lot more, so you don't get a lot of Ben. I think he's very good. I think they found a very, like, sweet-faced actor to be him. Chloe, imagine that you went to high school with the king. Imagine that you got out of school early one day because your classmate was going to get crowned king, and then next week you were all back in school because he still has to go to high school with you.
Also, as far as I can tell, the high school is in his castle, so you're just in his house all the time.
Yeah, so that's bad. That's a real bad element of it. Some other things about Ben. He plays sports. He does this little dance. I just think he's weird.
Horny Ben writes.
Can we just go through a quick slideshow of that?
Let's just say we don't get a lot of belly rubs.
Good boy. Is this your first time?
Are those little crowns on your shorts?
Maybe. Got me down on my knees.
Son.
Not now, Dad!
The great thing is that he got the best song in the entire franchise. Just so he could be horny with it.
Yeah.
Well, it ties for another song in the franchise, but he's really horny in that one too.
This girl who rocked my world like it's never been rocked, and now I'm living just for her, and I'll never stop. And I thought that it could happen to a guy like me, but now look at what she's done. You got me down on my knees because my love for you is ridiculous. I never knew, who knew that it could be like this?
But my favorite part of Ben by far, the part that I like more than the fact that he has to roar every time that he runs. The thing that I like more than the fact that he turned into a half beast man for one of the movies.
And honestly, it was his best look.
It was his best. I liked it.
Yeah, I wish they kept it more.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funky. Was?
Is.
Huh? Oh, wow. Oh.
I like it more than that one moment in the book where they're all plotting to go back to the Isle to stop a big crime from happening. And they've spent like 2 chapters plotting how to steal a car to go across the magic bridge to get to the barrier, and they've plotted how to get the barrier down, and they've put on disguises so they can sneak away from the ball. And Ben catches them on the lawn, and Mal's like, oh my god, Ben, you have to let us go. You cannot tell anyone where we're going. I promise we're not doing anything evil. I promise it'll all make sense when we come back. And he's like, yeah, no, everyone's allowed to go like visit their parents on the weekend. We just figured you guys wouldn't want to. And he just lets them go. I like this more than I like that. And it's when they take him to the Isle and they have to teach him how to be bad.
Yeah, it's really good.
And he's wearing the most insane pair of pants I've ever seen.
We have spent so much time just like pausing the movie to like look so closely at the screen to figure out what the fuck is happening with his pants.
I thought I recognized those pants.
And what we have determined, I think, is that they are denim with like pleather paneling.
Yeah.
And then he wears them to a cotillion. It's another one of those like with the most beautiful woman in the world, because Uma's dressed like this when they're dancing. And then Ben's just in these little pants.
It's insane. I love him. Yeah, so we had a lot of issues going back.
I kind of lost my steam on Ben.
Uh-huh.
I think he might be gay.
Yeah, he might be gay.
Also, we didn't know where to put this, but by far the weirdest thing that Descendants has ever done is Disney Descendants Wicked World White Carlos and Jay.
Carlos? I'm Jay.
Yeah, White Carlos and Jay are wild.
I have nightmares about them.
Yeah, so very clearly, I mean, this is like obviously a very low budget show.
Why'd they do that,
Yeah,
though?
very clearly they only had like 2 character molds, and it was white man and white woman, and then they used white man for Jay, and then for Carlos, since he's small, somehow instead of just using white man and scaling it down, they used white woman molds, and then just made white woman Carlos. And it's so weird, it's so bizarre, and I hate looking at him.
Cameron Boyce's memory.
Yeah, it really does. It's insane. Why'd they do that?
Don't do this, Chad.
Don't do this, Chad. Yeah. Yeah. I am dressed as one of my Descendants OCs. Her name is Bernice. She's the daughter of Baby Bear from Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And also she's a princess because it's my OC and I choose whether or not she's a princess. So I wore my bear dress and my crown.
This video gets 1 million likes, we will reveal our other OCs.
Their names are Hunter and Banksy. Please comment down below with your guess of who Hunter and Banksy are.
Or your own Descendants OCs.
Yeah, would love to read that.
Okay. Social media should be in the bio because we have that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of you probably came here because you saw my TikToks. I love that for us.
Yeah. So let's get that going.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Bedtime, baby.
Bedtime, baby.
Come and sit on our log. We'll have fun with Hedgehog. No uncloak, frog, and hedge. You can be our new best friend. H-E-D-G, F-R-O-G. Hedgehog on a wee.
There is a series of 4 books called The Isle of the Lost, written by Melissa de la Cruz, and I owe her my life, but they're all crazy, and none of the characters from it pop up in any of the movies, but their siblings do, and Disney keeps releasing statements about how they're all canonical. So, like, Gaston just has 2 twins, like 2 twin sons, named Gaston. They're both named Gaston. Captain Hook has a kid named Harriet Hook, and then another kid named CJ.
And then another kid named Harry Hook. Siblings named Harry and Harriet Hook. And then CJ.
No, it's CJ because he's Captain James.
Yeah.
The Harry thing came from nowhere. Anyway, then there were a couple spin-off, like, puzzle mystery book type things that didn't have a lot of impact on, like, the plot or the main series. It was mostly like, Allie, the daughter of Alice in Wonderland, has a chapter book about her now, and I have not read those because the library has a very long wait time right now. Also, they did a music video to a Kelly Clarkson song, and also, they did a mini-series called Descendants Wicked World, which we have watched up until the 2nd season.
It's really bad.
And then they did another mini-series that has none of the main characters from Descendants, so we haven't watched it yet because Chloe won't let me. They're really hard to watch because you can only watch them on Disney+. You cannot skip the intro, and you cannot skip
video.
Yeah, and you cannot skip the credits, even though the credits are 1:30 of this 2.5-minute video.
Yeah, it's really hard to watch. If it was easier to watch, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's just blow through it. It'd be so easy. But it's so much harder than it has to be.
It's so much harder.